Welcome to the Mugiwara Sketches YouTube channel, buddy. In today's video, we're venturing into one of the most unique corners of this universe, the mysterious island of Zou. Perched on the back of a colossal elephant, Zou breaks all norms with its unusual governance by not one, but two sovereigns. What causes this island to deviate from the conventional one-ruler system observed across the seas? Who are these leaders who share power, and how does their dual rule affect the life and culture of Zou's inhabitants? Get ready to explore the secrets of the Mokomo Dukedom, home to the elusive Mink Tribe, and uncover the fascinating dynamics of its rulers. From ancient feuds to shared responsibilities, let's dive into the story of Zou's two sovereigns and the island that thrives under their unique leadership. There are many interesting places in the world of One Piece, from a mythical island that floats in the sky to an old country that lies at the bottom of the ocean. Each of those places has its own history, society, way of life, and government. The same ruling family has ruled places like Arabasta for many generations. Not at all. Chosen officials, such as Mayor Iceberg, run certain places like Water 7. In this series, this is true for almost all of the islands, countries, and kingdoms. The only one that stands out is the living island of Zou. There are only two sovereigns in this one place. Let's use this time to talk about why Zou has two rulers, who those rulers are, and how this system affects the people who live in this interesting country. Part 1. The Mokomo Dukedom, the longtime home of One Piece's mysterious Mink Tribe. The island of Zou rests on the back of a massive prehistoric elephant named Zanesha. The Mokomo Dukedom is the legal name of this strange place, and the mysterious Mink Tribe has lived there for hundreds of years. The Mokomo Dukedom is on top of Zanesha's back, so it's pretty much impossible to get here the normal way. As it turns out, no log position can ever tell you exactly where Zanesha is at any given time. You can only get into this kingdom by getting a Vivre card from someone who lives in the Mokomo Dukedom. The Mokomo Dukedom is governed by a duke, as its name suggests. Before this story, Hitsugisuken was a sheep mink and the duke of the Mink Tribe. He wasn't a great fighter, but he was a smart boss. Hitsugisuken made Inuarashi, a handsome dog mink, the new king of the Mokomo Dukedom at some point before the story. Also, there's another cat that should be called the leader of this dukedom. He watches over the whale forest in Zou, which is a very holy place. Nekomamushi is the name of this playful cat mink, and he is the other leader of the Mokomo Dukedom. Part 2. A nation divided, Inuarashi and Nekomamushi's long-running feud gets out of hand. In the Mokomo Dukedom, there are two active leaders at the same time, which is unusual. What's most interesting is that the two leaders, Inuarashi and Nekomamushi, don't get along with each other. They really dislike each other. Each boss doesn't want to see the other because things are so bad. Whenever they meet by chance, a big fight will happen. Nekomamushi and Inuarashi used to be best friends and fight together for decades under Kazuki Oden. This strange relationship is even stranger for that reason. Kazuki Oden is the mysterious heir to the throne of Wano. Inuarashi and Nekomamushi have worked for him since they were 7 years old. These two have always been with their master, whether they were in the calm land of Wano, the busy life of the Whitebeard pirates, or the crazy journey of the Roger pirates. They trained together, lived together, and cried and laughed together. Along with the rest of Oden's red scabbards, Inuarashi and Nekomamushi were more than just friends, they were brothers. But everything changed when Kaido and Orochi tricked and killed Oden. Oden's loyal guards, the Red Scabbards, became fugitives and were forced to split up and flee for their lives. Being from the Mink Tribes, Inuarashi and Nekomamushi chose to return to their home country. But the pain of losing their master was so great that they started to blame each other and themselves for Oden's death. The more time goes by, the more disappointed, angry, and hateful they are toward each other. Two people who used to live together as brothers are now bitter enemies and don't even know it. Part 3. The ruler of day, the ruler of night. The two manage to make things work despite their difference. How well can two strong minks who don't like each other lead their people? There is no doubt that the answer is yes. Nekomamushi and Inuarashi came up with a clever way to do their jobs without having to meet. They chose to only work during certain times of the day. To put it another way, they work in shifts. Duke Inuarashi is in charge of the Mokomo Dukedom from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. He is called the ruler of the day because of this. Inuarashi ruled the Mokomo Dukedom's cities, and most of his subjects were people who lived in the cities. He fights with a group of well-trained minks called the Inuarashi Musketeer Squad. Shishilian, a fiery lion mink with a hot temper, leads this special group. You can find Master Nekomamushi in charge of the Mokomo Dukedom from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. He earned the title Ruler of Night due to his responsibility of overseeing the Mokomo Dukedom from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Nekomamushi is the guardian of the whale forest, so the forest outside of the city is his territory, and the people who live there are mostly his slaves. The minks that fight for him are very well trained, and their main job is to protect the whale forest, just like Nekomamushi. There is a common smart jaguar mink named Pedro in charge of this group. The group is known as the Guardians. Interestingly, this 12-hour change doesn't just affect the leader's work hours, it also affects the daily lives of the people who live there. The people in Inuarashi's town would wake up at 6 a.m. and go to sleep at 6 p.m. The people who lived in the forest, on the other hand, would wake up at 6 p.m. and go to sleep at 6 a.m. This strange deal went on for about 20 years, until the Straw Hats came to Zou and took Inuarashi, Nekomamushi, and their elite forces to fight with the samurai to free Wano country. Summary and highlights. The only known place in the world of One Piece where two sovereigns rule at the same time is the Mokomo Dukedom on the island of Zou. They used to be best friends and fight together when Kazuki Oden was in power, but now they hate each other and won't see each other. It takes two people, Inuarashi and Nekomamushi, to rule over their people. Inuarashi rules during the day, and Nekomamushi rules at night. And there we have it, a deep dive into the remarkable world of Zou, an island that defies the norms of governance found throughout the vast seas of One Piece. From its position atop the majestic Zenesha to the intriguing tale of its dual rulers. Inuarashi and Nekomamushi, Zou encapsulates the spirit of adventure and the complexities of leadership like no other place. We've explored the roots of their feud, the impact of their joint rule on the Mink Tribe, and how, despite their differences, they manage to govern effectively in shifts. It's a testament to the rich storytelling and world-building of One Piece that we can find such depth in a single island's tale. If you enjoyed unraveling the mysteries of Zou with us, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more explorations into the One Piece universe and beyond. Do you think other places in One Piece have such unique governance? Let us know in the comments below. Until our next adventure, keep sailing the seas of curiosity and wonder. Thank you very much for visiting the Mugiwara Sketches YouTube channel, buddy. We hope you enjoy our funny sketch videos and anime reviews. Don't forget to subscribe to continue joining us on our joyful journey in the world of anime. If you have any wishes, questions, or suggestions for our next videos, feel free to express your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for your support, and until we meet again. See you next time, buddy. What is One Piece anime? One Piece is a manga and anime story about a young boy named Monkey D. Luffy who wants to be the king of the pirates in the world. As a child, he eats a devil fruit, a strange plant that makes him able to stretch like rubber. Before the show starts, Luffy goes out into the world for the first time and starts to gather a group of pirates. The main group grows over time, but it starts with Luffy, Nami the Navigator, and a swordsman named Roronoa Zoro. At some point, Luffy and his friends are known as the Straw Hat Pirates, and they go on many exciting adventures across the ocean. One Piece is a lot of fun because it's silly. Luffy goes from island to island around the world in the series. Each island has its own setting and theme. It's a pretty fantastical world full of animals that look like people, live skeletons, and other delightfully strange things. Within moments the group is in a winter scene, and the next they are on a tropical island full of giants. The show is full of silly and bright details. For example, Zoro holds a sword in his mouth, a scary military boss wears a cute bulldog hat, and people don't use phones to talk to each other instead. They use special transponder snails that can send and receive messages. Luffy is a carefree person who just wants to eat a tasty meal and laugh at bad jokes. Even though there are some funny parts in the series, a lot of One Piece is about freedom. During his travels, Luffy often takes up guns to help his friends and encourages others to do the same against pirates and government-backed military occupations. The characters in Luffy and his crew get stronger with each fight, which is typical for shonen manga. A lot of the story is about how Luffy beats a problem that seemed impossible to solve and finds some kind of secret power. After each fight, Luffy and his team get stronger and move closer to his main goal, which is to find the One Piece. Why is it called One Piece? The first part of both the manga and the anime shows that Pirate King Gold D. Roger is telling the truth about the mythical wealth called the One Piece. One Piece is the name of the show because Luffy wants to find the One Piece and become the next Pirate King. One of Luffy's main goals in the show is mentioned in the show's title. What is the One Piece? The answer to this question is still one of the biggest secrets in the series. It's been more than 1,000 episodes, and we still don't know what One Piece is. We know that the One Piece is the name of the treasure that Gold D. Roger collected on his travels because of details in the manga. We still don't know a lot about the treasure, though. There are a lot of ideas from fans about what the One Piece is, but we still don't know what it is or even if it's real. The One Piece could just be the friends Luffy makes along the way.